Hey, this is Sean Decker from Dread Central. We're back at the TCL Theatre in the heart of Hollywood, California for the 21st Annual Screamfest Film Festival. With me is director Rasmus Merivoo of the Estonian film Kratt, which is enjoying its US premiere on October 15th. Before we dive into this really cool horror tale, let's take a look at the film's trailer.
Aga kas lapsed olid siis nõus niimoodi siia jääma?
Aga nad otseselt vastu ka ei olnud. Ja pealegi on asi hoopis milleski muus. Ma räägin päris lapsepõlvest. Ma räägin sellisest nagu sinul oli, nagu minul oli. Sa ei kujuta ette, kui raske on neid linnast telefonidest eemale telida. Nad oleksid nagu nõiud.
Maailmas on nii palju asju, mida teha.
No ei tea, mis siin maal ka nii väga teha.
Sest inimene ei jää ellu, kui ta süüa ei saa. Ja selleks, et süüa, peab ta tööd tegema. Sellised on selle maailma reeglid, meeldis see sulle või mitte.
Sa oled pensionär. Sa võiksid sama hästi minna poodi ja sealt enda söögi osta.
Tšekki pole vaja. 1,46. Ma ei saa seda kahjuks endale lubada. Kogun raha kirstu jaoks.
Vanaema, räägi midagi.
Muinas juttu või? Kratt on siuke elukas, kelle sa ise endale ehitad. Ja kes siis kõik tööd sinu eest ära teeb ja sulle kullakoormaid hakkab kokku vedama.
Täiuslik.
Kiisu! Kus bassein on?
See on puhtalt kasvatuse probleem. Need lumehelbekesed nad ei austa autoriteeti. Ka autoriteeti peab austama.
Sa uuri välja, mida nad tahavad.
Siit tuleb hiis. See on püha koht. See on nagu kirik, ainult metsas.
See on raieküps mets, mitte kirik. Nii et tõmmake nahku, see on minu maa.
Kratti ei ole üldse mõtet ehitada. Siis mõttes alguses on tõesti võib-olla taga lihtsam ja kergem. Aga ühel hetkel lõppevad ikka kõik tööd otsa. Siis keerab ta sul kaela 2 korra, nagu nii.
Aga miks meil seda verd vaja on? No seepärast, et seal oli kirjas, et seal on vaja verd. Üldsegi. See on ainult 3 tilka. Ära ole siuke beebi. Arsti juures võetakse ka rohkem.
Nüüd on meil vaja piiblit, vett ja hästi palju küünlaid.
Ma olen ikka nii toredad inimesed. Ma olen südani rahul, et lapsed siia jäid.
So Rasmus, pleasure to meet you.
Nice to meet you too.
Really love this film's trailer. Kind of give me a backstory in regards to the Estonian mythology that inspired it. I was unaware of the Kratt and it seems really cool.
It's like this. Basically, you take tools, you build a creature out of it, and then you have to get it alive, giving 3 drops of blood in the full moonlight on the crossroad on Thursday, yeah. So that these are the main elements of this story.
Was this folklore that you became aware of as a child?
Yes, my grandfather actually told me about it, but yeah, this is a story that, you know, everybody in Estonia knows. It is one of the basic mythology.
Is it utilized by parents to try to keep their children in line, or?
Well, that's why I made it actually, because, you know, they have always told this story in the past. You know, it always happens in the past. But I thought that right now it's the perfect time for it to become like a modern tale, because you know, there are tools everywhere. We are dependent on the tools. We use them, and I thought that what if the kids of today would get this idea of building one, what would happen then? And
from the trailer, it seems you've imbued some just kind of wonderful, like magical storytelling coupled with horror, coupled with some very visceral horror and some sardonic comedy. What was your development process on this as far as the script and then moving into, you know, pre-production for the film to, you know, realize this vision?
Basically, when I started writing it, the whole concept was to be really honest about it. Also directing it, it's like it's not to be like over-exploitation of some sort of like a genre thing or something, but I wanted that this story, that real children are inside of this film, that what they would encounter wouldn't be like a fairy tale or something. I wanted to be it's a comedy, okay, but the horror part would be like this realistic, so it couldn't be Disney or something,
right?
You know.
You wanted it a bit more grounded.
Yeah, I wanted to be like when this happens, then this happens, and what can we, you know, go from there. So basically, I pitched the idea, and then they liked it, the producers, and so I started writing, and everything else just developed over the course of time. We even wrote it on the wall that everything that we think of is Plan B. And what we can do on the set, it's going to be Plan A. So,
I'm not very familiar with the Estonian film community. What is it like there in regards to conceiving and producing a horror film?
It's small, and there are not many horror films as per se, like, you know, because the audience is really not so great numbers there in Estonians. I mean, when we have to make a movie, we are going to get we try to get the funding from the Estonian Film Institute. So the grounds of this, you know, stories or films that we made, they have to be like you cannot just address it like I want to do a genre film, or I want to do a horror film. It has to have a reason, something else, and so basically this story fit into this Estonian film community world, and it's our horror also.
But also a celebration of Estonian folklore at the same time.
Yeah, and the modern tale of something. It felt like, you know, there is like this deep story inside of this old mythology, like a warning. So I thought that I should bring it up to this world, and maybe people who don't have this warning in their, you know, old stories, they can see it in my film and think about it a little bit.
So you brought us an exclusive clip as well from the film.
Yeah.
Which I'm looking forward to watching. So we're going to screen that right now, and we'll be back in a second. So you saw that exclusive clip here at Dread Central of Kratt. I'm excited. I think the audiences here at Screenfest are going to be when the film screens. What's your thoughts on the Screenfest selection of Kratt, given, you know, just the pedigree of Screenfest Film Festival as it is, the longest and largest running horror film festival in the U.S.?
I'm just happy to be here, you know. It's I made this film, you know, concentrating of my own stories, my own life, my own children are playing there. We filmed next door, and my whole family is involved in this. It's a very like tight community project for us. And now being here with this film, it's great. It's you know, I'm looking forward of what people from around the world are going to see. Are they going to get it? Are they going to be thrilled? Are they going to be amused?
I think there'll be all three based on the trailer thus far. And also, honestly, the Screamfest crowd really celebrates international film.
I hope so.
And it's certainly something Rachel has always, you know, really celebrated within her selections as well, which I find super exciting every year I'm at Screamfest, because I just love, like, just different voices within film. I mean, to the extent that I knew nothing about Kratt. So, speaking of possible differences in culture or not, I've been asking of all of our filmmakers who have come on today, what's your favorite October tradition? So I guess for you, do you celebrate a version of Halloween in Estonia?
Yeah, we have our own version of Halloween. It's called mardipäev and and also kadripäev. And they are like 2 days that you dress up as an you know, a weird guy on one day and a weird girl on the other day, and you go door to door and you sing and you dance and you get all the candy or something else, you know. But now it's, you know, the cultures have all mixed up, and now they're more celebrating Halloween. Actually, all the children are, you know, not really. They can't help. You know, Halloween is just a massive thing. It's just, you know.
It's absolutely evolved stateside here too from what it was 40 years ago.
Mm-hmm.
I read the other day that Halloween sales are going to be 10 billion globally for 2021, which is nearly surpassing Christmas.
Yeah, but
who would have known?
We are actually in this really our worlds are not so different anymore. This film has been screened some other parts of the world also, and people have wrote me that, you know, there are these teams in this film using technology to save the forest, for example, and people from Hawaii wrote me that, you know, they're doing the same thing with you know, Facebook, you know, that like we are doing, and so it's like the world is getting similar and smaller every day with the help of technology, but there's risks there. So
absolute risks.
You should watch Kratt to know.
I'm looking forward to it. Thank you so much for sitting with us today.
Well, thank you.
I really appreciate it, and I'm looking forward to the premiere here.
Well, me too.
All right, thank you for joining us here at Dread Central. For more exclusive content on Screenfest LA, stick around. And for more information on Screenfest, visit them at screenfestla.com.